Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Maylands. A fantastic golf course just outside of Brentwood, near Romford in Essex. This area here, this is the putting green. There weren't any of the little flags in because I was there very early. So I'm going to talk you through how to break 50 at this amazing golf course. Hole number 1, 292 yards. Now it is relatively straight, however there is a section on the right just here. If your ball goes down there, chances are you're not going to find it, so be careful of that area. So my play is to play a straight shot down the middle. And then we've just landed very close to the hazard that I told you not to go to. So that area on the right, you can see you will lose your ball if you're not careful. So now we've just got to chip it over onto the green. Be careful, there are bunkers around the green. So I'm just going to use a simple pitching wedge, and that will get me in a very safe place just between the two bunkers. And then coming from here, I'm going to just use a simple sand wedge. Actually, that's a 7-iron. That weren't a sand wedge. Got it onto the green. I was happy with that. Now, I've always said, try and give yourself 2 putts to get it in, because that way you're going to be okay breaking 50. So that was close. And then it's just a simple tap in. So yeah, take a bogey on that one. Hole number 2. This is a great one, par 3. Not really any hazard areas to worry about on this one. So let's just use a sand wedge, pitching wedge. So go left. Landed just before the bunker. And now all we've got to do is chip it over. Easier said than done. Just like that. Now I like to give myself, like I said before, 2 putts. I'm playing bogey golf because then I'm guaranteed to break 50. There we go, in for 4. Next hole, hole number 3. It's quite a long one, 376 yards. Now you've got a lot of open space, more so on the left than you do on the right. So the area here that's highlighted, you've got to be careful down there. Try not to aim that way. So I'm going to use my driver. Now I did hit that one slightly left, however behind that tree line down there it does open up, just like I said. All I've got to do now is aim just the right hand side of that tree, not to hit that little deer. That's where I wanted it. That deer had a lot of bottle. So careful for the wildlife. How cute. So it landed just short of the green. I'm just going to use a putter, just because the ground's quite rock hard here, so the putter's going to be absolutely fine. Not too bad. Get that one in for a 5. Again, we're playing bogey golf. So, hole number 4 is 406 yards. This is a very nice hole. A nice dogleg right. One thing I will say, that area that's highlighted, if your ball goes in there, you're not finding it. So you're going to want to kind of aim it either dead straight or slightly left. Which I'll go straight, and then it slightly had a bit of a movement to the right, kick down, and I've landed in just in front of the trees right at the back. So now we are going to be using a 7-iron gently to tap it onto the green. Yeah, it's good. Did overshoot the green. I thought it was actually better than it was. Turns out it wasn't too bad. Now we've just got to get a nice putt. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. And like I've said before, if you're trying to break 50, try and give yourself 2 putts. You don't always have to go for the hero shot, because you might hit it too hard or too soft, and then you're just going to get upset. So take that one. Very nice. This is giving you good time, a good number, a good score. Right, hole number 5. This one is dead straight. You don't really have to worry about hazards on this one. Just grip it and rip it.
Kicked a little bit too much, didn't it?
That was a very good shot. Now all we've got to do is chip it onto the green. We're on the green. There are some bunkers around the green there, so just be a bit careful on the approach to the green. I tend to go slightly to the right to chip it on. Makes it a lot safer. And we're just going to go for the double putt again. Straight in. Safety. Play smart, play safe. Hole number 6, 475 yards. I did have a couple of guys let me play through, as you can see on the tree underneath in the shade. So the play through nerves kicked in. You'll see what I mean. Sweat in the eyes. So anyway, with this hole, you want to just play it straight. There's nothing really to worry about on hazards here. Literally topped it, but thankfully it rolled for days and it went straight. So now we're going to use a 7-iron. Now you do have to be careful of the bunkers down there, and I'll tell you why. Because I went into one. So now coming out the bunker, I'm just going to use a pitching wedge on this one because I've got a bit of distance still. But unfortunately I thinned it and that made the ball fly past the green. I've got to walk a mile to the ball. Just chip it on. No hero shots here. Close. Alright, let's get that one in. So that was a double. That was tough to watch. That was tough. Okay, next hole, number 7, 351 yards. This is a very nice hole. That's what she said. So, just when you're playing on this one, these areas here, you do have to be careful. It's a very tight hole. So just be careful. Right. Absolutely struck that one perfectly. Top of the hill, on the right hand side, safe. And then all I'm going to use here is a pitching wedge to get it onto the green. There is a bunker on the left and the right side, so just be a little bit careful of them. A good connection. Landed it just on the green. I was well happy with that. Like I said, just be careful of the 2 bunkers down there. And now we're going to try and give ourselves a double putt. That's all we need. That was good. I do putt pretty quickly as well. You see a lot of people that are like looking down, looking at the grain, looking at all the elevation. I just get up and hit it. That wasn't too bad, that one. Right, now we're going to move on to hole number 8, 385 yards. Again, you can afford to give this one a bit of a spanking. There's not really an area you have to worry about too much on this course, on this hole. And it's downhill, so you're okay, even if you mess up. Which I do there. So I've topped it. You can see the little deer running in the background because the ball nearly hit them. But because it's so hot and the floor is so hard,
Down the hill so far.
like I said, it rolled down the hill so far. So we're going to speed up the walk. I mean, look how lovely this course is. This was a very hot day as well. This was 38 degrees. Very hot for us. There are midway bunkers there, but if you can hit it quite hard, you're okay. But if not, just be careful of them. There is a bunker on the left down there, and obviously there's one on the right. So I'm just going to give myself a nice layup, pitching wedge it. I've actually thinned that one, but because of the conditions, it's just rolled right next to the green. It did. So, well, not quite the green, but just off the green. So now all we're going to need to do is chip it on. Simple chip. Get it next to the hole, tap it in. Easy work. Right guys, now we're going to be moving on to hole number 9. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk you through the first holes, the first 9 holes, and then the next video that will be coming out will be the back 9. So hole number 9, we're going to use, I think I used an 8 iron on this one. Absolutely sweating. So we want to be careful, there are 3 bunkers down there. Now this one was, it wasn't a bad shot. So I've landed just left of the bunker, well, as you can see here, just left of the mid bunker, but just before the left side bunker. So I've got to chip it. If I go through the gap, then I'm not going to be near the flag, so I've got to kind of chip it over the corner of the bunker, which is what I do. Get it onto the green. Not a bad little recovery. And then we're going to get our putts in. So this is the front nine. Like I said, I want to show you a little bit of the layout on how to break 50. We get this one in, I think I double putt this, so I get this in, and then my total score on this is 42. So it's a good course, guys, it really is. So if you want to come here and play the front nine, watch the video, study it, see where the holes are, the hazards are, and let me know how you get on, because that would be amazing. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Tune in for the next one, which will be the back nine at Maylands. Oh yeah, peace.